The downside to that is that the information is aggregated, so you see chunks of time and multiple activities can happen within those chunks of time. The cache encrypted C .SQLite database is much more temporary, but is much more granular, so we can see exact times that flights were climbed, for example, or at least you can see the exact time that the flight climb was recorded to the device. And then that information is aggregated into the larger chunk of time. So again, we might see within the cache encrypted C individual flight climb events that occurred, for example, 30 seconds apart. But by the time that information is written to the Health DB Secure, you're now looking at a 10-minute time period with 3 flight climb events, as opposed to 3 individual flight climb events with individual timestamps. Typically, that source is not used because the data is not stored there for very long. The information that I found on John's phone was essentially these 5 records. So between 11 minutes and 9 seconds and 21 minutes and 5 seconds, there were 170 steps recorded by the device.
Mr. Whiffen, I'm going to stop at each one and ask you some questions. At the time period between 12/11/09, 12/21/05, you don't have any independent information where John O'Keefe or his cell phone were, do you?
The location data that I showed to begin with on Washington Street was around 12 minutes after midnight. So the presumption is that's where the location was at that time. And then 21 minutes and 5 seconds, the device had already started using Waze. It was already driving along Denham Street or had turned onto Maplecroft.
What time did you say that Waze was initiated?
It was approximately 19 minutes and 30 seconds-ish.
Thank you.
Again, we see at 21 minutes and 10 seconds until 24 minutes and 22 seconds, there are 80 steps recorded. And again, if you compare this to the location data, we know that the device was in a vehicle at this time. Between 22 minutes and 14 seconds and 24 minutes and 37 seconds, we have 3 flight climb events that are aggregated into that time period. And again, the location data shows that the device was traveling in a vehicle at that time.
Mr. Whiffen, you had showed us a slide of 2437 on January 29, 2022 in your PowerPoint presentation, noting at that time, 12/24/37, the phone in the car was still traveling at 1.4 miles per hour.
Correct. This is about a second before it came to a stop.
Can you conclude to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty that that period of 12/22/14 to 12/24/37, Mr. O'Keefe, or at least Mr.